Hello everyone to this tutorial about inner join. So what is inner join? Inner join selects all rows from two or more tables when there is a match between the columns in these tables. So if you look at this picture, you see that we have table A or table 1 and table 2, and only the rows from the matching these two tables will be retrieved. That's based on the matching rows in the columns in these two tables. To understand that, let's go to the next slide. Let's say that we have two tables, customers and orders. I retrieved several columns from these two tables. Let's see what is the matching column between these two tables. So what do you think? What is the matching column? If you say customer ID, that's the true answer. So the correct answer is the customer ID. When we use the inner join, SQL will look at these two columns. So first we'll look at customer ID and look at the first customer ID, for example this one, and we'll take this value and compare it here with every value in the orders table and try to find any match. If this value is matched here, the record will be retrieved. If doesn't, it will not be retrieved. And that's for every customer ID in customers will be compared to each customer ID in orders. That's simply the meaning of inner join. To see what is the syntax for that, let's move to the next slide and look at the syntax. So we see that select everything if I want to retrieve everything from both tables, from table 1, and need to give the name for table 1, inner join table 2, and you are free to remove inner and only leave join, because by default SQL will consider any join without mentioning the type of the join as an inner join. On table 1 dot column name from the first table equal table 2 dot the column name from the second table. These two columns should be the same, should be matched. And you are free to add more tables in your select query based on your scenario. So we can add table 3, table 4, and each time you add a table, you need to type also on and mention here the table name with the column name. Let's switch to Management Studio to get an example. So let's first type use Northwind to be sure that we connect to Northwind, because we are currently connecting to the master database. Let's select this one and execute it. So let's now start typing the select query. Select from customers, inner join, orders, on customers dot customer ID equal orders dot customer ID. So this is the matching column between these two tables. So let's go and execute this query. We get the first columns from the first table, which is customers, and keep going to the right. This point when we start seeing the new table, which is the orders table. But we don't need to get all the columns from the two tables. And we see here also that we have the redundant column here, the customer ID. Instead of using the customer name as a full name, we can add an alias. So for customers, we can an alias of C, and we need to come here and also type C. And the same thing for orders, we can put O, then we need to come here and also change it to O. So let's go and execute it again. Here we go, we got the same results. Let's be specific and get only the columns that we need. Customer ID. If we want to get the customer ID from both tables, we need to type C here, dot, and type customer ID, double click on it, comma, and I will do the same thing here, but with orders ID. And let's get company name. And I still need to put C here to indicate that this is coming from the company name. And let's execute this. We got customer ID from customer table, and customer ID from orders table, and company name from customers table. So we got two columns from customer table and 1 column from orders table. And if you look here, you find these two values are matched. So the same customer ID for each. And usually when we do that in our select query, we don't retrieve both of them. So we can either choose the customer ID from customers table or from orders table. So let's do that. Let's remove this one and let's remove the C. I want to show you this error. Let's remove the C and let's execute it. Do you get this error? Ambiguous column name customer ID, because SQL Server doesn't know which customer ID you want to retrieve. Is it the one from the customers table or the one from the orders table? That's why we need to put C here or O to identify, to determine which one. So let's go again and execute it, and we got the data retrieved. And if I remove the C from here, what do you think that will happen? Let's execute it and see. We didn't get an error. The reason is very simple, because we have only one column name, company name in customers table. And that's why SQL is not confused this time, but it's a good practice to put the name or the alias of the table, because that's help you to remember from where you get this column.